Discipline is not something that magically appears. It is forged, shaped, and solidified through consistent, repeated action. Consistency is not a gift you're born with. It is a decision. It is the decision to show up when it's hard. It's the act of forcing yourself to stick to a schedule, to do the task, to build a habit, not because you feel like it, but because you have a goal. And you realize that if you don't show up for yourself, no one else will. That's the bitter truth. You want to be someone strong, reliable, capable. Then be consistent. You think that greatness is achieved through bursts of passion or moments of brilliance. No. It's achieved through repetition, through structure, through setting an aim and hitting it every single day. Even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it. The people you admire, athletes, entrepreneurs, thinkers, they're not superhuman. They are simply consistent. Consistency breeds strength. It creates habits. And habits define who you are. What you do daily is who you become. So, if you want to become disciplined, become the kind of person who does the thing regardless of how you feel. Force yourself to get up. Force yourself to do the work. Force yourself to keep going when you're tired, when you're bored, when you're unmotivated. That's what separates the average from the excellent. The real enemy of success is not failure. It's inconsistency. You can fail 1,000 times and still succeed if you remain consistent. But if you break your pattern, if you stop trying, stop showing up, you lose all your progress. You go backward. You regress. And worse, you train your mind to believe that giving up is acceptable. That quitting is an option. That mediocrity is okay. And that's how people lose themselves. Not through defeat, but through the decision to stop being consistent. Every day you're faced with a choice. Sleep in or get up. Scroll or study. Procrastinate or execute. Those small decisions determine everything. They build momentum. And momentum is everything. Once you build consistency, it becomes harder to break it than to continue. Your brain adapts. It becomes your new baseline. And suddenly, you're not struggling to stay disciplined. You just are. But it starts with force. With grit. You don't wait for motivation. You generate it by doing. Action first. Feeling second. You want clarity. Take action. You want confidence. Show up. Do it repeatedly. Watch what happens when you keep your word to yourself. That's how self-respect is built. And that's how transformation begins. People ask, how do I stay motivated? The answer is you don't. Motivation fades. Discipline stays. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the firewood. You need both, but only one is under your control every single day. Consistency makes discipline easier over time. The first day is hard. The second is harder. But by the 10th, the 100th, the 1000th, it's who you are. You become reliable, solid, unstoppable. Your mind will try to talk you out of everything. It's okay to rest today. One day won't matter. You'll do it tomorrow. That voice is your resistance. And every time you obey it, it gets louder. But every time you fight it, every time you force yourself to be consistent, it weakens. You train your brain to push through. And then your brain starts working for you, not against you. Consistency is not just about work. It's about values, integrity, character. Are you the type of person who finishes what they start? Who keeps their promises, even when no one's watching? Especially then. That's who you must become if you want to master life. You cannot buy that. You build it. Day by day, choice by choice, habit by habit. The reason people fail is not lack of talent. It's lack of persistence. They give up when it gets boring. When the hype dies down. When no one's clapping for them. But those who keep going, who understand that consistency is king, they win in the end. Because they're there when opportunity knocks. They're prepared when the door opens. Because they've been practicing every day in silence. Force builds discipline. Discipline builds consistency. Consistency builds results. Results build belief. Belief builds identity. And once it becomes your identity, you no longer need to force it. It becomes natural. But to get there, you must endure discomfort. You must do things you don't feel like doing. You must sacrifice ease for purpose. That's the formula. That's the truth. You must structure your life. Set boundaries. Cut distractions. Make routines non-negotiable. You must protect your time like it's sacred, because it is. Your future depends on what you do with your present. Every morning you wake up, you write a page in your story. Be intentional with it. Don't let randomness dictate your destiny. Even 10 minutes a day compounds over time. Small actions. Big change. That's the secret. Be the person who stays consistent long after everyone else has quit. Be the last one standing. That's where greatness lives. That's where transformation happens. Train your mind to embrace structure. To seek repetition. To celebrate consistency. It will feel unnatural at first, but only because inconsistency has been your norm. Break that pattern. Install new ones. Better ones. Useful ones. Habits that serve your growth, not your comfort. Your body will resist. Your mind will rebel. But you are stronger than your excuses. You are more capable than your doubts. You don't need permission. You need decision. You need action. You need commitment to yourself. You want confidence. Earn it. You want clarity. Show up. You want results. Stay consistent. There's no other way. Don't look for shortcuts. Look for systems. Build one that works for you. Stick to it. Tweak it. But never abandon it. You are not your feelings. You are not your moods. You are your actions. And your actions, repeated daily, define your future. Choose actions that align with who you want to become. Then repeat them. Without excuse. Without exception. That's how you win. That's how you transform. Consistency doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. You will mess up. You will miss days. But don't let one missed day become a missed week. Bounce back. Keep going. Real consistency is about getting back on track faster and faster until falling off becomes rare. Don't wait to feel like it. Don't wait for someone to push you. Push yourself. Set goals. Set standards. And then meet them. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. That's how strength is built. What you do daily is a reflection of what you believe. If you truly believe you are capable, act like it. If you want to build a legacy, build habits. If you want to be great, be consistent. Not once. Every day. That's the path. That's the key.